Hello, my drugsters. Today we are talking about the dark side of Kidfluencers. So, without further ado, let's go. A Kidfluencer. So, yes, I am reading. A Kidfluencer is a kid influencer. They get paid by YouTube to do content. I don't think that's it. I think this is it. They get paid to do content. Now, this content can be anything from challenges to releasing brands. Now I'm gonna throughout the video I am gonna give you two examples of famous influencers that it went horribly wrong for. Both of these influencers have been under intense scrutiny for how their parents came under immense scrutiny, and I think I might have some additional gossip on one. So Piper Raquel is an American kid influencer, and well, she's not a kid anymore, but she was a kidfluencer from the late 2010s. She had the Rock Squad on YouTube, which was her and a bunch of other kid influencers. She made a documentary on Netflix about kidfluencers, about her mum, Tiffany Smith, who took control of money, and it got quite abusive. It started with like the channel, and then it grew deeper and darker, leading to a whole internet sleuth and a flurry of messages calling for Tiffany Smith to be arrested from concealing parents. After the Rock Squad came in a OnlyFans, I'm gonna say that because I can't really say OnlyFans. The OnlyFans creator Sophie Wayne took Piper Raquel under her wing, and she entered something called the Bop House. Now, the Bop House is an OnlyFans content creator group house made by Aisha Sophie and Sophie Wayne. Now, content since then, Sophie Wayne has encouraged Piper Raquel to start adult content creation. Of course, I don't watch these services, but I have vaguely heard of them. That is probably one of the most concerning things about the channel, because it started as an innocent kidfluencer. Now, because of her mum's corruption, she has become a OnlyFans creator. She still has hundreds of subscribers, although she has cut ties with Tiffany Smith. This is why content creators, kidfluencers from the late 2010s are probably the most problematic ones to cover because they have so much variety and space to be liked in a content creator space. Many content creators like Piper Raquel are getting exploited and abused by the system. And that is why we need to act and be better for content creators as a whole. If we can drive away from that force of evil, suggest good. Now, this is probably one of the most disturbing ones. Content creator Salish Matter has grown in popularity recently with her Sephora brand and things, but we need to know where she started and who Salish Matter actually is. Salish Matter is an American entrepreneur, actress, and content YouTuber. She is 16 years old. This content creator has been at the center of her recent controversy surrounding Jordan Matter. Now, Salish Matter started as a gymnast, and Jordan started as a photographer for gymnasts. bit of a connection already forming. Salish would grow to popularity on Jordan Matter's channel, uploading school challenges and all her crushes. She had a boyfriend called Kado Lee Roberts, who was also an actor and fellow gymnast, as well as her friend Nadal. I think it's Nadal Wonder. She starred in the Angry Birds movie and has a Sephora line. Sephora is an American cosmetics company, currently a massive TikTok trend among under 16s. And this is where it gets dark. So I'm going to use my pad to show you. So currently it goes content creator. Are you following? So it goes content creator. So that's content creator. Goes down. It has popularity. And then it goes to brand deals / merch. Now, if you have a look, so we're going to apply this to Salish Matter. So Salish Matter, because I'm trying to stretch this out to 12 minutes. So you've got Salish Matter, content creator, popularity, millions of subscribers. I don't know if Salish Matter's going to like comment. And then you've, of course, got Sincerely Yours. Oh, and also you're going to add Angry Birds. So you will see in this little diagram the pattern. The content creator then gets popular, then the brand deals start popping in. Now this is where everything blows up. Because Salish Matter is a 16-year-old, and most 16-year-old content creators don't get brand deals until they're 18. But Salish Matter has a brand in Sephora, but don't know Sephora is it's a primarily an American company, but has a company in Sephora. And that is where mostly the outrage comes, because she's only 16. And if she's mostly 16, then how come she's got this mega brand incorporation thing going on? And yeah, that is where it gets sort of tricky, and I don't know if just gonna check timing. So I'm trying to run this as like a fully independent investigation. So, like I'm saying, Salish Matter has Sincerely Yours in Sephora. She's been in Angry Birds. Most content creators don't get that kind of money until they're at least 18. And soon I think I'm going to probably get onto the next segment. To recap over this video, we have discussed how content creators, especially child content creators, are getting pushed into really unsettling and sometimes baffling brand deals with companies that wouldn't otherwise work with kids. We have also discussed essentially the impact of what happened to the amazing, well, I'm not going to say amazing because I didn't watch her, to Piper Raquel, and how I think the same thing is happening to Salish Matter. Also, I think that we are facing something called a epidemic, where I called it a child monetization epidemic, because it goes a content creator that's sometimes a child then gains popularity either through acting, gymnastics, or YouTube, or TikTok, or Instagram. Then it goes down to the brand deals. Some don't make sense, some make sense. And then sometimes that can be reflected into backlash. And I am essentially covering this topic like many other people have done. I know a content creator called Cam Kirkham and a content creator called George M. Cam Kirkham has covered someone called Jesselyn and of course Piper Raquel, and I have brought in Salish Matter. Now I am not really, I'm just new to the tea genre, so don't be too harsh if I do that, because I'm trying to gather the notes and stuff. But here we go. This is, so my conclusion is, this is often the child and this is often the parent, and the parent often gets the most money, the child often gets the least money, the brand deals that don't make sense, and the funding and small chunks of the revenue from the channel. It's often the parent's channel that features the child, or the child has the channel in their name, but the parent takes over the money and it all goes to pot. That is what happens in some cases with family channels and YouTube channels. The money just gets wasted on shit that it shouldn't have got wasted on. I really hope these content creators don't go through the loophole of it being, oh, this channel did this or this channel did that, because it shouldn't be that, like, tied to a channel. It shouldn't be that way. It's going, it is probably going to get better for those channels, but until we have confirmation from, like, those channels that it isn't the aforementioned scenario, fans are going to, like, assume these things. Right, I just need to get out there. So I'm making this point. It's part of trying to do content. You gotta make a point and really sell your video. So if it's like really long, it gets like loads of airplays and stuff like that. But that is another reason why monetization of kids channels is wrong, because we are looking at a platform that is inclusive. It's got YouTube Kids, it's got all that, but it's also got these exploitative parents that are using their kid to gain money and fame. It would really help me if you liked and subscribed. Of course, I didn't intend to make this shorter, but I'd really appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and comment your thoughts on kid influencers or kidfluencers. Hey. Oh, sorry about that, I got a bit interrupted. Anyway, so comment your thoughts on kidfluencers and subscribe. It would mean the world if like 1 billion people subscribed. I'm trying to stretch this video out to like 21 minutes, but it is really hard. So tell me, which of these future ideas do or would you lot like in the comments below? Main character syndrome, or weird TikTok sound epidemic, most unhinged TikToker, or Candy's cooking? And so I'm going to show you my aim. I am trying to get to that amount of subscribers by the end of 2026. Can we do it? I don't know. You don't know. We all don't know. You shop at Denelm. And from everyone here, goodbye.